Alright guys, what's happening? Welcome back to the channel. Simo here, the DIY car guy. And in today's episode, I'm going to be using this 2014 model Mercedes-Benz A250 to show you how to test your battery and alternator to make sure they are working properly. And there's a few things we need to discuss today, so let's get started straight on to today's video. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is obviously we need to open the bonnet to locate the battery, but make sure that if you don't have the gas struts on your bonnet, that you are using the stay there. Don't just prop it up on your head or anything like that. And then we're going to locate the battery here, okay? So normally these will have a red cover on them, all right? That you can see this is all red and it's got positive signs all over it. So this is the positive terminal, and this is the negative terminal here where everything is black. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to set the camera down and make sure that it doesn't move anywhere. All right, we should be okay there. And then we need to get our multimeter. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna turn it on to the DCV 20. We don't need like the 200 volts because we're only measuring something that is less than 20 volts and we're measuring direct current. So we're just gonna turn it on to that there. And then let me see if I can just prop this up somewhere where you guys can still see it in the camera. There we go. And then when we put the red onto the red, so the positive onto the positive and the black onto the black or negative onto the negative, we're checking that we have around about 12.4 to 12.6 volts. And you can see there, we've got 12.4 volts. So the next thing that we want to do is, if I can just prop these up in here so they don't go anywhere. We're going to start the car and make sure that the battery doesn't drop below 10 volts. And you can see it didn't, it dropped to about 10.9. And what we're looking for now is we're looking to make sure that the voltage goes up when it's running. So around about 14.8, 14.9 is actually really good. You want to be anywhere between 13.8 and 14.9 volts when the engine is running and everything is turned off. So everything's turned off in this car now. All the aircon, radio, heated seats, all that kind of stuff, lights, all that sort of stuff. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn everything on in the car, and this should drop a little bit, but again, it shouldn't drop below the whole magical 12.5 volts. Voice over this bit as I start turning everything on because I wanted to chat to you about a few things that are happening here. So you can notice as I start turning things on in the car that the voltage just drops and then comes back up and then just keeps, dropping and coming back up as I'm turning different things on. At one point, it actually drops to 14.3. Now, what's happening here is the battery is, the car's drawing current from the battery to run accessories inside the car, like the fans, the heated seats, the radio, and all that kind of stuff, the lights, and the alternator is doing its job by regulating the amount of charge it is giving the battery. So that shows that it is a really good alternator. Now, obviously, every alternator is different on every car, and they're designed specifically for that car to run with all the electronics and everything that is inside of the car. So if you're upgrading your vehicle with bigger stereos, or if you've got a four-wheel drive and you're running extra fridges and winches and all that kind of stuff, then you're going to need to look at maybe a heavy-duty alternator or even a second battery system. So guys, that's it for today. If you did like the episode and you found it useful, please consider subscribing and liking the video, and of course, share it with your mates as well if you think they'll get benefit from it. I'll see you on the next one.